evening, good morning, good night, wherever you may be in the world. Um, this gonna be a quick one, y'all, cause I know the game on tonight, and a lot of y'all wanna root against LeBron. So I'm gonna come in here and get a little quickie in before y'all get started. Um, isn't it interesting that a gay black man and a white supremacist, both newscasters, get fired on the same day? Isn't that interesting? And both of them got fired on the same day. And one was a heavyweight. I mean, a real heavyweight. You know? What's going on, Edward? So I find that kind of fascinating, and it's going to be interesting to see how they fall. Will Don Lemon fall on his feet or fall on his face? Which one? You know, Tucker Carlson. You know, is this the beginning of his end? Right here, you know. I mean, you know, is this the beginning? Cause it could, cause you know he got some lawsuits in against him. You know, so is this the beginning of his demise? You know, it's very very interesting, man. And you know what I find so fascinating is you have a whole bunch of people talking about how dishonest and how they can't trust the news, but they won't turn it off. They bitch and complain about it, but they won't turn it off. They won't turn TV off, but they still bitching and complaining. I'm trying to figure out, you know, if you got the control, why you so upset? When all you got to do is just turn your television off. You know, find you another hobby, man. Find you something to do to occupy that time that you used to watch television. You know, take a class, learn a new hobby or something. You know, today I had this woman. Um, Dad, where were they from? New Hampshire. What's going on, Tanya? I had this group from New Hampshire today, and and I was just talking to them. I said, you know, like y'all take it for granted, but as a group, y'all will never see the White House together again. As a group, I said, cause once you leave here, life gonna get in your way. You know, something tragedy gonna happen. Things are gonna happen. And I said the videos that you're making, your children and your grandchildren and your great great grandchildren, will be able to watch them. Make some memories. If the White House wasn't special, why are you here? If it wasn't important. So obviously it is. So make a memory. And unbeknownst to me, there was a woman in the crowd who was a teacher, as well as her daughter was in the crowd. And I told him, I said, man, how many times y'all get a chance to dance in front of her? And said, I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna start doing. And that's when I'm gonna start challenging some of those parents to start dancing with their kids in front of the White House. Make some memories, man. You know, I bet you. Let me show you. I got 5 people in here. When the last time you danced with one of your kids? I'm gonna show you how something that simple, man, that we take for granted. When the last time you danced with one of your kids? I mean, and some of y'all probably ain't never. I'm waiting for that to come up. Never. I'm waiting for that answer. Somebody go on and be honest and just go ahead and say never. Some of y'all ain't never danced with your children. ain't never. Ain't never created that memory, man. Never. And we take little simple things like this for granted. We really do. You know, and it's not. Yeah. But think about it though. Think about it, man. When last time you danced with your children? Whether they teenagers, adults, or anything. When last time you danced with them? You know, and we don't think about stuff because we get into this grind, man, of trying to survive, trying to keep our head above the water. That little simple stuff like this, man, people ain't got time. What? Dance with your kid? Man, I ain't got time for that. I'm trying to pay some bills. That'll be your response. You know, a whole lot of people, man, say, man, I ain't got time for that. And you're wondering why we got so many dysfunctional families now. Because we don't interact with each other. In families, forget about strangers. I'm talking about families right now. Man, afraid to interact with each other. And this is why we got the dilemma and the confusion and the hatred and the anger and the revenge. This is why we got it. This is why we dealing with it. This is exactly why we dealing with it. And don't nobody want to talk about it, man. Everybody want to pretend like, you know, everything's okay. Everything ain't okay. It ain't okay. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but everything ain't okay. Yeah, ain't no quality time, man. You know, and this is all. I sometimes, man, I just, you know, you can run up against so many ungrateful, cheap ass people. Sometimes it get on your nerves. I mean, it really does. Because, you know, if people getting what they want, they don't give a damn about you. As long as they getting what they want, man. That's all that matters. And that's why we so twisted as a community, because people know, you know, as long as people get what they want, that's it. That's the ball game. You see, and it's sad because it's just a win situation. It's not a win-win. It's just a win situation when people just get what they want. They don't care about nothing else. They don't care about the welfare and nothing else. None of that. And this is the problem. You know, we don't have compassion with each other. A lot of us are scared to have some compassion with our own family and friends. See, society now paints the whole group one color. All white people are prejudiced. All white people are evil. All black people are lazy. You see, this is kind of, they don't separate the good from the bad. They just give everybody the broad stroke. And that's not the case, man. And I understand now that's why they got us so afraid of each other. So we won't be encouraging. So we won't be uplifting. See, if you scared to speak to somebody, you ain't gonna uplift them. You ain't gonna encourage them. You ain't gonna get involved in that. You gonna mind your business. That's what you gonna do. Mind your business. And this is the problem. We got too many people right now just minding their business. They ain't trying to get involved. Hold on a second, y'all. They ain't trying to get involved. They don't want to participate. They just long as just don't bring it close, don't bring it near me. I'm good. And this is the problem. And everybody's in danger now. And mind you, ain't nobody safe. But you got some people standing on the sideline saying, just don't bring it near me. And in twice as much danger. And don't even realize it. And when the danger come upon you, it's gonna be too late. It'd be too late to cry for some help then, because it's on you. When it was trying when you were trying to be warned, you didn't want to pay no attention to that, because you had all the answers. And you knew how it's gonna work out. And now that the shit done blew up in your face, you don't know what to do. And you'd be surprised. You'd be surprised at how many Christians are mad at God. Because he ain't listening to their bullshit. He ain't got nothing to do with their bullshit. And they mad with God. Because they out there fornicating, committing adultery, lying, cheating, stealing, and still think God gonna be there for them. Doing all of that, and still think God gonna be there. See, that's one of the drawbacks to all of this getting people saved. You got people thinking just because they confess Jesus as their Lord and Savior, that they in. And they still doing what they were. Long as I confess the name of Jesus, I'm in. That's a lie. You ain't. You see, if your lifestyle ain't lined up with Jesus, you screwed. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but if your lifestyle ain't lining up with Jesus, you can be saved as much as you want to, you screwed. And you got a lot of people thinking just because they done confess the name of Jesus, they in. They in. And still doing the same thing. You know how many people leave right out of church and go get in the bed and start screwing and ain't married? Ain't married. Leave church and go get in the bed. That's real, man. That is real. And people need to stop pretending like it ain't. It's real. See, because if truth be told, y'all look at it, man, that thing called sex messing up a lot of people. That thing called sex, man, is messing up some folk. I mean, it's taking some people. Look at the teachers and the preachers that are getting caught up in sex with a sex crime. Every time you turn around, man, some adult is getting caught up with a teenager with some sex crime. And we sit around and act like that shit don't exist. Man, you'd be surprised, and this ain't got no color. Some of these rich girls are being molested by their dads too, whether you want to believe that or not. So don't think that this is just happening to poor folk. No, sweetie. You got some rich people out there being molested right now. Right now. Okay? And that's just a reality. You got some women, professionals, that have been molested. Okay? And scared to say a word. Can't say nothing. You look how many people that's got the whole stuff in that they can't share with nobody. And they got to live with that for the rest of their life. Can you imagine having to do some shit like that? To have some pain that you can't even talk about? You can't even let nobody know that you hurting like that? And you got to live with that for the rest of your life? Come on, man. That's a lot of pressure. And still be normal. Let's put that in too. See, you're supposed to carry all that pressure, carry all that hurt, that pain, that disappointment, that evil, and still be normal. You ain't supposed to cry. You ain't supposed to complain. You ain't supposed to be upset. You're supposed to take that. That's just how people are. That's why we got folks snapping. Because they ain't got nobody to turn to. And when they do turn to somebody, they're demonized. And see, and we got to be real about that, man. There are a lot of people out here hurting right now. And scared to say something because the minute they open their mouth, they're going to be demonized. People going to start talking about it, putting them down, making them feel less than. They already feeling bad. But you're going to make them feel even worse. That's what you're going to do, make them feel worse. Okay? So, no, man, pay attention, man. Pay attention. Pay attention. And, the people that's got to look over their shoulders, those are the ones that's going to stumble. Because you can't look in both directions. You're going to have to look one or the other. And because they got so much shit behind them, see, they got to still keep moving, but they looking back. And they're going to stumble over something. And it's going to be their destruction. Because they focus on what's behind them. Okay? But see, when you walk in your integrity, when you say what you mean and mean what you say, you ain't got to be looking over your shoulder. See, can't nobody throw nothing up in your face. Because at the time you said it, you meant it. Just that simple. And when I said it, I must have meant it. I ain't no apologizing. I said it. And see, and this is what you got a lot of people, too easy to be offended. Too easy to get an offense, man. Way too easy to get an offense over some bullshit. And we wonder why these young kids are so angry. Look at what we're teaching them. Look at how we treating them. Look at how we treat them. And we expect for them to act like they're adults. Man, thank God my children grown. Because this bullshit about children want to decide what they're going to be, how a damn 5-year-old going to tell you what they gonna do and what they want to be. Who the fuck do that kind of shit? Ain't man, what? You better go sit your ass down somewhere. Shit. Yeah. How you gonna come in and sit here and tell me when you start getting paying your own, taking care of yourself, then you can do whatever the fuck you want to do. But right now, you're under my roof. And you can't do what you want to do under my roof. And see, this is what parents got to get back to. I don't give a damn if you offended. If you so damn offended, go on leave. Get out in the street. I dare you to get out there. Because it's so, see, homelessness now is out of control. See, used to be kids could run away from home and wasn't that many people out on the street with them. Shit. Run away from home now. You going to have to get in line, buddy. You going to have to get your ass in line. Because it's too many other people out there. You see, so it's a lot more dangerous now than when it used to be. See, so now, this thing, kids telling parents what they gonna do and what they ain't gonna do, hell no. Hell no. No, I ain't with that. I ain't with no kid telling no parent what they gonna do. Lick like Lil Dick Dwayne Wade. Talking about he gonna father and his children telling him what they gonna do and who they are. Get the fuck up out of here. You better go sit your ass down somewhere, get your homework. Shit, let me see that damn homework. That's what I want to see. Shit, I don't want to hear all this bullshit. Show me some homework. God damn it. How a kid gonna tell a parent what they gonna do? And they going along with that shit. And the people going along with it are just as full of shit as them kids. Let me say that again. Okay? No. This what I got. I had me a whole. You see how I done went through this bag right here. This my. Now my blood pressure fine. I can. I just ate a whole bunch of this here, buddy. That's probably why I'm hyped up, because this pepper got me up. No, man, but I'm serious about that. These kids that are telling adults what they gonna do and who they are. That's bullshit. You a kid. How the hell you don't know, hell, look at how many times you changed your mind when you was coming up. First you was this, then you was that, then you wanted to do this. Look, and now you ain't doing it, and then end up doing none of this shit. You know how many kids that were doctors and lawyers and surgeons and all the astronauts? No, seriously. When you was coming up, man, one wanted to be a astronaut, a lawyer, a pilot. And goddamn, all of them, some of them end up being junkies. I mean, when you're young, man, you want to be the world. So how you gonna let a kid tell you what they gonna do? That shit don't work, man. That shit don't work. It don't work. I'm sorry. Ain't no kid telling me what they gonna do. I'm not gonna accept that. The Bible say, train up a child in the way they should go. And even if they stray, they gonna come back to right. If you train them right, Even if they stray off, they coming back. And see, you got a lot of kids that stray off and get lost. See, they don't know how to get back. But if you train up a child in the way they should go, even when they stray off, man, they know where right is. They're going to come back. They're going to come back to that because they see that shit that they trying ain't working. See, so they coming back to right. And if you think I'm lying, look at the story of the prodigal son. He wanted all his money. Hey, Dad, give me mine now. Let me go out there. Let me go see what went out. Man was eating out of pig pens. And the Bible says he came to himself. You know, man, when you come to yourself, that's a revelation. Let me say that again. When you come to yourself, man, that's a revelation. That's when you start saying shit, damn. And he said, shit, man, my father's servants eat better than I'm eating. I'm eating with the pigs. And my father's servants eat better than that. Shit, let me go back home and be one of them. See, that's when you get humble, man. When life done beat you down. And you say, man, whatever I got to do, let me go do it. And see, and go to show you. Now, one son that didn't leave, when the father saw the prodigal son coming back, he ran out and kissed him and put a ring on his finger and told him to dress him up. And the son that didn't go was matter of fact, man, let me read the story. Instead of let me read that story. Hold on a second here. Let me get my other phone. Let me read that story. Prodigal son. I know I had these. Okay. Luke 15, 11 through 32. Luke 15. All right. Listen to this, y'all. Listen to this. The parable of the lost son. Then he said, a certain man had two sons. And the younger of them said to his father, Father, give me a portion of good that fall to me. So he divided to them his livelihood. And not many days after, the younger son gathered all together, journeyed into a far country, and there wasted his possessions with prodigal living. But when he had spent all, there arose a severe famine in the land, and he began to be in want. Then he went and joined himself to a citizen of that country, and he sent him into his fields to feed swine. And he would gladly have filled his stomach with the pods that the swine ate, and no one gave him anything. But listen to this. But when he came to himself, he said, how many of my father's hired servants have bread enough to spare, and I perish with hunger? I will arise and go to my father and will say to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and before you, and I am no longer worthy to be called your son. Make me like your hired servant. I mean, think about that, man. Think about that. And he arose and he came to his father. But when he was still a great way off, his father saw him and had compassion and ran and fell on his neck and kissed him. And his son said to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and in your sight, and no longer worthy to be called your son. But the father said to his servants, Bring out the best robe and put it on him, and put a ring on his hand and sandals on his feet. And bring the fatted calf here and kill it, and let us eat and be merry. For this my son was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found. And they began to be merry. Now his older son was in the field. And as he came and drew near the house, he heard music and dancing. So he called one of the servants and asked what these things meant. And he said, Your brother has come. And because he has received him safe and sound, your father has killed the fatted calf. But he was angry, and he would not go in. Therefore his father came out and pleaded with him. So he answered and said to his father, Lo, these many years I have been serving you. I have never transgressed your commandments at any time. Yet you never gave me a young goat, that I may make merry with my friends. But as soon as this son of yours, who has devoured your livelihood with the harlots, you killed the fatted calf for him. And he said to him, Son, you are always with me, and all that I have is yours. It was right that we should make merry and be glad, for your brother was dead and is alive again, and was lost and is found. See, the brother ain't even considering that. See, he's only looking at the fact that the father is having a party for a son that disrespected him. That's how that brother is looking at it. And the father saying, No, man, your brother was lost and he been found. He was out there and he's back. See, that and this is one of the things that children don't understand about being parents. Man, kids, no matter how good or how bad they may be, they have a way of tugging at your heartstring. I got somebody texting me that's playing a joke, but send me some money. Hey, you want to play a joke? Send some money, and let's see how serious that is. Okay. But no, man. Parenting. See, let me talk about what I know. Parenting in the black community, the majority of times, is through trial and error. Because most of us didn't have a template to follow. So because we didn't come out of a two-parent household. See, especially people my age, a lot of us was raised by grandparents. See, you got a significant amount of children that are being raised by grandparents. The parents are not involved in those kids' lives. Grandma and granddaddy is the only parent they know. That's the only structure some of them got. You see? And then when they get out in the world and they start meeting these kids that's got a mother and father, see, now they have to compete with that. And people act like they don't understand that, man. And these kids are sensitive too. And we need to realize that. You know, we need to take a look at what the positions that we're putting them in. And I'm gonna tell you, them kids are unmerciful with each other. They ain't got no problem bullying and talking about kids and jonesing and all that other stuff. They don't care. They just trying to get a point across, get a laugh at somebody else's expense. And then you find all these kids that can't really handle that, and then turn around and commit suicide. They hurt, and see, and it's back to what I'm saying. We got so many people hurting now, man, that's afraid to talk, that's afraid to open up, that's afraid to say anything because they're going to be demonized, they're going to be stigmatized. And then people turn around and talk about mental health. That's a joke. When you stigmatizing people with their mental health, that's why ain't nobody saying nothing. That's why people snapping, because they don't want to say nothing. And we act like, you know, our head stuck in the sand and we don't see this. And yet, when somebody trying to show it to you, telling you, warning you, you clout chasing. That's what they'll tell somebody like me. There you go, you clout chasing. But ain't nobody else speaking it. Ain't nobody else saying it. But I'm clout chasing. And ain't nobody else scared. Everybody else scared to put a solution on the table. And because I do, I'm clout chasing. I'm not supposed to be able to pull myself up by my bootstraps. See, I had to go get a job. I had to go work for somebody. I'm not supposed to be able to live from within me. I'm not supposed to have that kind of creativity. And that's all I've been trying to show people. Man, when one thing ain't working, find something else to do. Find something else to occupy your mind. Okay? That's all you got to do, man. Find something else. Don't and listen. Take it from me, man. Doing it the right way ain't easy. Let me say that again. Doing it the right way ain't easy. Sometimes, man, you're going to have to encourage yourself. Sometimes you ain't going to feel like encouraging yourself. Sometimes you won't want to throw the towel in. There will be times you will quit. But you can't quit because it won't give you no rest. that's the that's the part that man. That's times I be wanting to get this, man. I'm tired of this shit. I'm tired of it. I'm done. And still ain't got no peace with it. Well, shit, let me go back and try again. You know, I go back and try again. That's all you can do, man, is keep trying. Even when the odds are against you, keep trying. Keep trying. Go out trying. So many people go out thinking about it. You know, so many people go out thinking about it. Man, and let me tell you something. Listen to me, especially you ladies, okay? Especially you ladies. When you meet a guy and he telling you what he thinking about doing, all he trying to do is get in your pants. That's all he want to do. And he's using thinking about. You always know, man, I'm thinking about doing such and such. I was thinking about doing that too. And never get around to it. All they doing is thinking about it. Don't never get around to it because they want to get you to drop your guard. Think they got it on the ball because they always thinking about doing something. You see, and they don't never get it done. And every time you start inquiring about it, all you get is excuses. See, that's all you get until you get on their nerves. Then they don't want to speak to you no more. Yeah, yeah. All they trying to do is just get in your pants or get your money, whichever one is easier. and it's listen. This just a sad reality. You got some women that will do anything just to get some dick. Let me say that again. You got some women that will do anything just to get some dick. They just want a man. They don't care if he married. They don't care if he's seeing somebody. You got some women don't give a damn. Come on, get between my legs. That's all they care about. And then if you get in and really do a good job, shit. You create a Frankenstein. Damn stalker. Be one of them old crazy bitches Holly Berry be playing. That'd be one of them ones saying, if the right, I'm telling y'all listen to me. If the right dude come along and hit Holly Berry right, shit, she'll be one of them old crazy ass characters she be playing in the movies. She'll lose her damn mind, boy. It ain't funny. Lord knows this ain't funny because there are some people that have actually lost their lives through stalking. You know, where some people say, man, if I can't have you, can't nobody have you. I got a friend right now that was killed like that back when I was in Alabama. She left her husband and he tricked her over to his grandma and shot her twice, man. Point blank range with a shotgun. And said if he couldn't have her, couldn't nobody have her. And you got people like that, man, men and women. You got men and women like that. You know, they think if they can't have you, can't nobody have you. That's that possessiveness, man. That's why I keep telling y'all, stop playing with that thing called sex. Because you got some folk out here, men and women, and see, ain't nothing worse than a man who has been rejected, has been overlooked, and then some woman finally give him some attention, give him some pussy, and he can't handle it. Now he's stalking. See, and see, that's what insecurity will do for you. Let me say that again. See, when you find a person with them kind of attributes, they insecure. They just insecure. No ifs and but they insecure. And some folks you can't help it with that insecurity. Some people are good at hiding it, and some ain't. And them that ain't good at hiding it, those are the dangerous ones. They're very dangerous. See, because they that voice that's sitting here talking on their head, that doubt and that insecurity and that second guessing, see, that's what's controlling them. That's what they listening to. They ain't listening to you. They listening to that voice that's feeding all that negativity in their head about you. And see, it's funny until it doesn't happen. Until it happens to you. When it happens to you, it ain't so funny now. You know, that shit ain't funny. None of this happening to you or to some of your loved ones. All right? Anyway, look, y'all. I told you this was going to be a quickie. Okay? Thank y'all, man. Thank you for allowing me to vent, allowing me to voice my opinion. And I know a lot of y'all don't agree with it, and it's all good. But at least you don't hinder me. So thank you for that. And to all my viewers, my replay viewers, man, thank y'all. Thank y'all very much. Because, you know, I'm grateful for the few people that I do have. You know, a lot of people have thousands of subscribers. I'm not that fortunate yet. Man, I appreciate the few I do have. I appreciate them. I really do. And some of them fell by the wayside for whatever reason. Because this is one thing I've come to realize. I'm not for everybody. Let me say that again. I'm not for everybody. I know I'm not for everybody. That's why I walk around with my dick in my hand. Okay? Because it ain't for everybody. You got some guys that they'll screw anything. That ain't me. I ain't for everybody. And I know I'm not for everybody. So I'm not common. And when you're for everybody, you common. Ain't nothing common about me. And maybe that's what people have a problem with. Because I'm not common. I don't consider myself common. I do have some integrity about myself. I do have some belief in myself. And I definitely got some pride in myself. So I'm not going to do any and everything. Because any and everything don't turn me on. Okay? So that's, you know, that's the way I approach it, man. And that's what these 70 years has kept me out of harm's way. You know, I mean, that's what has kept me out of harm's way. Because I don't want everything. Everything that looks good ain't for me. I done had a pretty face. I've been fooled by a pretty face. I've been mistreated by a pretty face. So, you know, pretty faces don't excite me. Fine bodies, that don't excite me. I done had them too. And then walked away. So, you know, believe in yourself, man. Regardless to what other people might think about you. what your family might think about you. You believe in you. And when you believe in yourself, it'll show. Because, see, when you believe in yourself, can't nobody come up and say anything. Man, in fact, folk look at you and know you ain't to be messed with. They ain't gonna come up and say any and everything to you. When you believe in yourself and you walk with some confidence, folk they ain't got to say nothing to you to know you ain't the one to play with. I mean, it's just that simple. Yeah, seriously. And so many of us, listen, man, we all fall for that. You know, what man don't fall for a fine body and a pretty face? I mean, seriously, what man don't fall for that? You know, especially if it's out of your range, and you got the chance to get it, you had it, man. You jumping right on that joint. You jumping all over that, man. And you gonna take the chance, roll the dice. Goddamn, here it is. Let me roll the dice and see what happens. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. It's just that simple. Sometimes that shit works, sometimes it don't. And when it don't work, man, you gotta live with it. That was your decision. Nobody forced you to do that. That's what you wanted to do. You see, now you upset. Isn't it interesting how many people at one time were so in love with each other, couldn't be without each other, and now won't even speak to each other. You know, when you first met, it was like, you know, every waking moment. You ain't even want to hang up the telephone. Oh, you hang up first. No, you hang up. And next thing you know, somebody's snoring. And we all been through that. And them people, and them same people that didn't want to hang up the phone, won't even speak to you now. Ain't got nothing to do with you. You know, and these are the kind of things we have to deal with. All right? Man, thank y'all. Go watch the game. I know that's what they do. Everybody doesn't jump. They watching the game. So I'll see y'all later.